Hello, guys and gals. So I tried to upload a video of advice on what to do if your kitten is attacking you, like when they jump on your hands and they bite you, and they continue to bite you, or they go and bite your feet out of nowhere. They just jump on your feet and bite your feet, or when you're walking and they jump out and they just start biting you really hard, or at all. And so apparently my video was too long. I guess I haven't had it set to videos lasting longer than 15 minutes. So I'm going to make this one shorter and simpler. Anyway, so my cat Figaro, my kitten, who's getting into trouble right now. Pardon me. Coffee. Stop it. This right here goes up here, buddy. Stop taking down my Christmas ornaments. So, sweet and simple, if your cat is biting you and attacking you, it's because they want to play. That's them playing with you. And it's because if you allowed them to do it in the first place, that's how they play with their other little kitty, like their mom or, their dad or whoever, whatever or their siblings. That's what they do. They think you're a cat. Okay. So my recommendation is, if you want them to stop, do not spank them. Don't scream and yell at them. Get a strong voice and say no. And, sorry, Figaro. I didn't mean no for you to not go up on your little perch. Cold. My thing, I searched the internet, and what I found was a lot of it was helpful, but then again, it really didn't work. So I'm going to tell you right now what I found to be helpful. When he starts going after or she starts going after your hand, and you're playing. Okay, he or she is playing with you. Take your hand, put it in a fist, and slowly pull it away. Get a toy and put that in replace of your hand. Make them get that toy. Praise them and tell them, good kitty. Okay? This has worked for me. The yelling, the spanking, I was told by my vet to spank them on the bottom and tell them no, that doesn't work. Okay? It just makes them afraid of you. No spray bottles. They're gonna, no yelling, spanking, spray bottles, don't do any of that, because then they're just gonna get scared of you, and they're gonna see you as the punishment, and they're not gonna want to be around you. So every time they see you, they're gonna run and hide. And, if they're threatened or afraid of you, they're gonna bite you and scratch you and draw blood. You don't want that. So don't do that. Simply look at them and tell them no. And get a toy and put it in replace of your hand. And then praise them for playing with the toy. Basically, when they do that, they want to play with you. So take 10 to 15 minutes out of your day, a couple of times a day, to sit down with your kitty and play with them. Basically, get toys like, when they bite you, when they're going after your hand and stuff, get toys like this. Something long. Okay? Or toys with wands. Okay? That way, when they are going after your hand can be further away from their face and their mouth so that they cannot attack you. Okay? So that they know they're supposed to go after their toy. This is a way of teaching them for them to play with their toy. Praise them for playing with their toys. That's good behavior. That's good. We want that. Please try to avoid, like, if they're biting your hand, please try to avoid grabbing something like this and putting it in, even like this, even holding it like this. Do not put it near their mouth with your hand or anything, or on their belly and start rubbing their belly or their chest with it, because they're going to get your hands. And when they get your hands, they're going to think it's okay to play with your hands and your toys. So this right here, something like this is what I call his boba. When we do grab it, after we get our hand away, I take it, I shake it, it rattles, and then I throw it. And he goes after it. See? That's what you want him to do. Exactly what Figaro's doing there. If you saw it. I don't know. He ran from it. I don't know because I can't see what I'm recording here. But you want them to grab their toy and play with it instead of your hand and stuff. So please try to get your hand away, get a toy, and distract them with the toy. Spend 10-15 minutes playing with them a couple of times a day. It's going to build a beautiful bond. It has with me and my kitty. He still bites me. Like, he did it just a little while ago. But when he does, I simply look at him and I go, ow! You know, owie, that hurt! Stop it! And he'll stop and he'll lick where he bit me. Or, he won't do it as hard. And then I'll continue to do the ow with the annoying voice. And he stops and he'll run away. That works for me. So, you could give that a try. If that doesn't work, then, try to distract him with, like, one of his other toys. And if that doesn't work, try to put food down. See if food. I mean, no, you don't want to do that because then they're going to think that if they attack you, then that's okay because they want to eat. So don't put food down to try and distract them from attacking you. Just get toys. Try to distract them with toys, okay? And when they're climbing up trees and stuff, or climbing on your tables, or just being really loud and obnoxious in the middle of the night or whatever, I have tried putting him in his timeout box. We have a timeout box. That didn't work. I've tried putting him in the other room. He just did the same thing in the other room. So he's learned a couple of commands from me, which is I can either tell him to shut up, and he does, or I can tell him to stop it, and he does, or I can tell him, don't you dare, and he'll do it, or I say, cat, don't you do it, don't you dare, and he'll stop doing what he's doing, or he won't do it at all. So those have worked for me. Unfortunately, the snapping my fingers hasn't worked, clapping my hands hasn't worked. So these are the things I found have helped me. So if you've tried all of that, with the snapping your fingers, clapping your hands, and it didn't work for you, try teaching them commands. So when you're saying get out of the tree, or, if your cat's going up the tree and stuff, and you don't want them in your tree, you tell them stay out of there. And when you're telling them to stay out of there, get them out of the tree. Physically remove them from the tree as gentle as you can. Remember to be very careful because there are lights. If you have lights on your tree, there's, they can get caught. So very gently remove them from the tree and tell them stay out of there. And that's going to take a while for them to learn, but they will learn it. And before they go jumping in the tree, if you can catch them, you tell them stay out of there. It's working for me. He still jumps in the tree, but he's still, when I tell him not to, he won't. If I catch him in time, he won't do it. So, yep, that's how to fix I'm sorry. That's my advice on how to, that's what's worked for me on how to keep him from biting me, and how to, and also how to keep him from waking up in the middle of the night. Keeping, words are hard. That's my advice on how to keep him from, what's working for me. So if all else fails, try my advice in those situations and see if it works for you. Hope all works out for you. Bye, guys.